On June 27, 1844, in the last moments of the life of Mormon prophet Joseph Smith, he went to the window of the Carthage jail. He raised his arms in the air and declared, "O Lord, my God," before being struck by gunshots and falling from the window. Some accounts claim that Joseph was not praying to God in that moment, but rather doing the Masonic sign of distress, hoping to appeal to any Freemasons in the crowd for help. Even though some in the crowd were Freemasons who were upset with Joseph for having included Masonic signs, tokens, and rituals in the Nauvoo temple, Joseph was a third-degree Mason, along with many other church leaders being Masons as well, including Joseph's brother Hiram. Joseph said, "I officiated as Grand Chaplain at the installation of the Nauvoo Lodge of Freemasons. In the evening, I received the first degree in Freemasonry in the Nauvoo Lodge." And later Joseph said, "I was with the Masonic Lodge and rose to the sublime degree." Shortly after joining the Masons in March of 1842, Smith instituted the Temple Endowment in the Nauvoo Temple a few weeks later on May 4, 1842. The Masonic sign of distress is done as follows. The sign is given by raising both hands and arms to the elbows, perpendicularly, one on each side of the head, the elbows forming a square. The words accompanying this sign, in case of distress, are, "O Lord, my God, is there no help for the widow's son?" In the Times and Seasons, a newspaper published by the church in Nauvoo, Illinois, also claimed that Joseph Smith gave the Masonic sign of distress before his death. John Taylor had been appointed editor for the Times and Seasons after Joseph Smith resigned from the position in 1842. Taylor was with Joseph Smith when he was killed at Carthage, and was himself shot 5 times in the attack, but survived. Taylor appeared upset with the Freemasons and the mob because they did not respond to Joseph's Masonic Distress Signal. He published in the Times and Seasons, and were then shot to death with uplifted hands. They gave such signs of distress as would have commanded the interposition and benevolence of savages or pagans. They were both Masons in good standing. "Ye brethren of the mystic tie, what think ye? Where is our good master Joseph and Hiram? Is there a pagan, heathen, or savage nation on the globe that would not be moved on this great occasion, as the trees of the forest are moved by a mighty wind?" Joseph's last exclamation was, "O Lord, my God." Heber C. Kimball, one of the original Mormon 12 apostles, was a Freemason who petitioned for the establishment of the Nauvoo Lodge. He later served as the Nauvoo Lodge's first junior deacon. Kimball claimed that Joseph gave the Masonic sign of distress when he went to the window at Carthage Jail. He said, "Masons, it is said, were even among the mob that murdered Joseph and Hiram in Carthage Jail." Joseph, leaping the fatal window, gave the Masonic signal of distress. The answer was the roar of his murderers' muskets. John D. Lee served as a Mormon bishop, clerk for the Mormon Council of 50, member of the Mormon Danites, bodyguard for Joseph Smith, and was eventually executed for his role in the mass murder at Mountain Meadows, Utah. In his last confessions before being executed, he claimed that Joseph Smith had given the Masonic sign of distress just before he was killed, but that Joseph used all of the words of the distress call. Lee said, "Joseph left the door, sprang through the window, and cried out, 'O Lord my God, is there no help for the widow's son?'" E. Cecil McGavin was a Mormon writer and church historian who published 17 books. He confirmed that Joseph made the Masonic distress signal at the window of the Carthage jail. McGavin wrote, "When the enemy surrounded the jail, rushed up the stairway, and killed Hiram Smith, Joseph stood at the open window, his martyr cry being these words, 'O Lord my God.' This was not the beginning of a prayer, because Joseph Smith did not pray in that manner. This brave young man, who knew that death was near, started to repeat the distress signal of the Masons, expecting thereby to gain the protection its members are pledged to give a brother in distress." Zena D. Huntington, a polygamous and polyandrous wife of Joseph Smith, said, "I am the daughter of a master mason. I am the widow of the master mason who, when leaping from the window of Carthage jail, pierced with bullets, made the Masonic sign of distress. But those signs were not heeded, except by the God of heaven.